I'm Bob Leadis at the ANA, and I wanted to take some time today to speak to you about one of the most urgent priorities and areas of focus for marketers today, and that's in the area of privacy. Now, for most marketers, it's not necessarily a very detailed kind of concern that affects their day-to-day decision making, but it's the area that is in fact gaining most attention on Capitol Hill and among public policy groups, because it involves the issues surrounding digital marketing. Now, why is this such a big deal? One of the key concerns at the federal level and at state legislatures is the issue surrounding personal identity theft. And unfortunately, the issue is such that the public policy groups are intertwining that type of data along with the kind of anonymous data that goes into third-party ads, essentially your ads, the ads that are making you far more effective. Now, unfortunately, what we're getting into is a situation where legislation is in fact coming out of New York State, Connecticut, and proposals to essentially pull back the quality of what it is that we're able to do. So, we at the ANA are spending a lot of time and attention addressing this issue. We have joined a coalition that includes the DMA, the AAF, the Council for Better Business Bureaus, the 4As, and the IAB to ensure that we develop the kind of privacy protocols and guidelines that make sense. This is a big issue. In fact, it's a huge issue because it involves just about every marketer in the United States and around the world. And the efforts that we're trying to put forward are so integral to the ability of marketers to be able to produce ads in the digital landscape. And that not only includes the internet, but anything that's going on in the social arena. So we're taking this very long road to doing 4 core things. There are 4 core areas that we're putting most of our time and attention against. The first is the ability to develop the principles that all marketers will be able to follow and will serve as the best practices for United States marketers and marketers around the world. Secondly, we need to develop the appropriate monitoring systems such that the advertising that is done in the digital landscape is in fact being able to track and to determine whether there is a level of consistency with respect to those principles. Third, we have to develop the appropriate reporting mechanisms that are able to integrate all of that knowledge of what it is that we've been able to take through the monitoring landscape and then be able to report on it both to the advertising community as well as to the public policy groups and what's taking place on the governmental level. And then finally, we're working on developing the enforcement mechanisms that in totality will be able to look at the violators of those principles and assess what it is that we need to do in order to get them to conform with the principles that we are in fact developing. Now, this is a comprehensive effort. It is going to require a lot of time. It is going to require a lot of resources in order to be able to accomplish this. Because we're not only looking at this from a self-regulatory perspective, but we need to do a couple of other things. We have to develop the appropriate lobbying mechanisms where we can have a constant conversation with those that are on Capitol Hill, and we have to develop the appropriate educational structures in order to be able to talk to consumers on a long-term basis so that they understand why marketers are doing what they're doing. And in fact, when we get all of that together, which will take quite a few years, but we're starting now, but if in fact we do get that, we will certainly have the ability to continue digital marketing as part of a marketer's arsenal and to ensure that it is done as effectively and as productively as possible. We at the ANA have stepped back and reassessed the situation many times, and what we believe we need to do is to continue to put forth the effort so that you as marketers will have the digital marketplace to be able to leverage your products and services through great advertising. Thank you very much.